Good morning, this is Tahmina Khan in TK Maths is Fun. In today's video, I'll explain to you a concept of one of the challenging question of vectors, which is a part of the syllabus of O-level mathematics. Code is 4024. And before I begin, you can see on the top my website address and my blog address. You may find here many useful videos which will help you in your learning process. So let's begin with the question. So this is a complete question. We will do stepwise. And the reason for picking it up is it is not only talking about the vectors of different parts of the diagram. It is talking about the values, the ratio of 2 or 3 sides and ratio of the area. So that's why I've picked up this question. Usually students find these type of question difficult to answer. So let's see one part at a time. So first of all, whenever you see a question of this type and where ratios are involved, you have been given the relationship between sides, the parts of the figure, always write it down first of all. Now the problem here is students get confused how to write here the ratios. So if I pick up the first one, for example, it is talking about the ratio of BQ is to RB, right? Or in layman language, you can say if I cross multiply, it will be BQ over RB is equals to 2 over 1. So you can get from here that the ratio of the side BQ, which is here, is 2, and the ratio of the side RB is 1. Similarly, if you see here, and if you just separate it, so some people are very, everybody has different learning style. Some people are good to get it right when it is written like this. Some gets confused. So they can simplify it. Everybody has to follow his own learning style. So if I see here, if I cross multiply, the ratio of AR is to SR, it will be equals to 1 over 3. So which means that the ratio of side AR is 1 and SR. Now SR is this whole thing. This whole is 3. But if I want to know only SA, what will I do? 3 minus 1, 2. So this will help me to write down the ratios on this side. So whenever you have a question which has ratios given, always write it down first so that it helps you to solve the later parts of the question. Okay, so after writing it down, now you have to answer these questions in terms of A and B. So all your vectors which you will express here will have A or B or maybe both in your answer. So let's see what is SA, number 1. Okay, SA. If I see here, I know that PS is A, and it was given to you, if you have read the question carefully, it was a parallelogram. So we know the property of a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal in length and have the same direction. So PS, if I see here, PS and QR, these vectors are equal, they have the same direction and same size. Similarly, PQ is equals to SR because this side is equals to this side, right? Direction is same, size is same. But be very careful here. If you are saying PQ, you don't say RS. RS in the opposite direction, right? So if PQ is B, then RS will be minus B. Okay, so be careful about these things. So let's come back and find out what is SA. So I have to tell only what is this vector from here to here in terms of A and B. I know this whole thing is B and the whole ratio is what? 3, the whole thing. And this part is only 2, ratio 2. So what does it make? 2 out of 3 of SR. I'm repeating, just like a fraction we say, then we will write it down in mathematically. But right now I'm telling you in words how we will speak about it. We will say 2 parts out of 3 parts of SR, right? So SA is basically 2 parts out of 3 parts of SR. This is how you will say about it. And how will you write? 2/3 of SR. And SR side is equals to PQ. So it is B because you have to give your answer in terms of vector A, B or both together. So now let's do the next part. Next part of the question was saying find out QB, right? Now if I say QB, same thing. QB is 2 parts out of 3 part of the side QR. Exactly same thing. I'm repeating, QB is 2 part out of 3 parts of QR. Now, why I'm talking about the whole thing? Because that vector is known. So you look for the vector which is known so that it is easy to express. So I will say QB is equals to 2/3 of QR. And QR is equals to PS. So that is equals to A. So this is how you will express SA and QB in terms of A and B. Now the third part is what is PB. Now if you see here, PB is coming from here to here. And you always go along the path on which the vectors are known. Otherwise you would have to find it out and it will take more time. So if I want to go from P to B, what is the other path? Maybe this is the simplest. I go from P to Q and Q to B. Because I know PQ is A and I have just found QB in part 1. Part 2 I mean. So I can use the value from here. Whereas if I want to go from P to B, because I have to find vector PB, the other route can be PS, SA, AB. Then AB you don't know, you would have to find out. But it's not impossible. But we look for the ways which are easy and quick, right? So how will I write it? I will say PB is equals to PQ plus QB. And I will substitute the value. PB is B and QB is 2/3 of A. We have just found. So this is how you will find out your answer or vector for PB. Now the next part is talking about QS. What is QS? Now if you see here, QS is this way. You know, direction is very important. Remember it. Now we are talking about this direction, Q to S. You can go this way, QR plus RS, or you can go QP plus PS. But both are okay, right? So this is how you will go. And how will you write here now? QS is equals to QP plus PS. It's better to always reflect your thought. Some students write it directly here, the answer. Now, in case if they get the answer by mistake wrong or they read wrong, because you know when you do directly, half of the things are in your mind and half on the page. So it is not thoroughly or properly reflecting your thought process also. So in exam, you have to try to put things very clearly what you're thinking. So QP is minus B and PS is A. Now again, because I'm going in the opposite direction, that's why B I have taken as minus B. And PS is like this, so it is A. And conventionally, we mention positive vector first. That's why we are changing it the places. Else you can keep it like this also. That is fine as well. Okay, so now the last part of the question is, what is BA? Now if you see BA, shortest way is BR plus RA, or BQ, QP, PS, SA, or BP, PS, SA. So BA means you have to start from B and you have to end at A. So path, whatever you like, easiest and smallest is always better to do. So we will take BR and RA. So we can say BA is equals to BR and RA. Now, BR, what is BR? We have not found this earlier in the part. BR is one part out of 3 parts of QR. You see, when I say QR, I mean this direction. When I say BR, I mean this direction. So we have to keep the direction same. So for BR, what can you write? You will write 1 part out of 3 parts of QR. So 1/3 of QR. Right? 1/3 of QR. And QR is equals to PS. What is PS? A. So that's why we are writing here A. So you can, if you want to write few more steps, you can write 1/3 of QR, and then QR you can replace by A. Similarly here, why this minus sign has come? It's because we are saying RA, this direction we are talking about. And this is 1 part out of 3 part of RS. And I'm talking about this direction RS. Sorry, it's not writing, I don't know. Okay. So when I reverse the direction and direction of B is like this, so that's why we use minus. So that's why it is 1 out of 3 parts of B in this direction, opposite. Then usually we take the common factor out to simplify it, and we usually write answer in simplified form. So it is 1 over 3, A minus B. Now the last part of the question. First part is saying calculate the value of BA over QS. Now we will see what is BA. BA is this side and QS is this side. Now if you see basically here, what is the relation between this side and this side? At a glance it doesn't look like, right? But if you notice, this is a parallelogram, right? So, and one more thing, if I see here BA and BA was coming 1/3 of A minus B, right? And QS was coming A minus B. Notice here. So what relation are you getting about BA and QS, which is asked in this part, BA and QS? I will tell you one more way of doing it, but I'm talking about here right now like this. If you have to see the relation from here, what relation do you see? You see that BA, which is this line, is basically 1/3 of this. So the ratio of this is 1 and this is 3. Otherwise, if I don't see there, I can see from here also. If you notice here, this is small triangle has ratios 1 and this big triangle has ratios 3. You know, this whole thing is 3. So similarly, the ratio of this side will also be 1:3. It's a similar triangle, right? These angles, these sides are extended. Angle is common, so it is a similar triangle. It is not mentioned, but it is obvious from here. So you can say because it is a similar triangle or because of the ratios you have found earlier, you can say the ratio of the side is 1:3, right? Now it is saying area of a triangle ABR and area of triangle SQR. Now if you remember, in the similar and congruent triangles or similar and congruent figures, we have studied that if we know the ratio of the corresponding sides, like here I know the ratio of the corresponding side. To find the ratio of the area, I just need to square it. Do you remember this thing? We have studied this thing in similar and congruent figures, that when the ratio of the corresponding sides of similar figure is known, for the area, you just need to square it. So it will become 1:9. And this is how you will write it properly, because usually you ignore in exam to write direct answer. You have to write properly. Why? So you have to show here that the ratio of the corresponding sides BA and QS is 1/3. And because it is a similar figure, so I will square it and I will get answer 1/9. Now it comes to last part. Area of triangle ABR and PQRS. Now ABR and PQRS. ABR is this triangle and PQRS is this whole thing. So now what do you say? Right now we have found that the ratio of this is 1:9. It means in this triangle the ratio is, let me use black color for example. This is 1 and this half is 9. Okay, this whole thing from here till here it is 9. This has 1 ratio and this whole figure has 9 ratio. Now question is asking for this small triangle with this big thing. So what do you say? What should you do? Isn't it this whole parallelogram is double of this SQR? I'm repeating, this parallelogram is double of SQR, half of a parallelogram. So for to answer this question, it is 1, 2 into 9, because this will remain same, only this area will be doubled because of this understanding here. So you will write 1:18 or 1/18. I hope it makes sense to you. So thank you very much for watching the video. In the comment box, you can mention if you want explanation on any particular topic or concept. I will be glad to do that. And do share it with your friends. Please like and share if you learn something from it. Thank you very much. Take care. Allah Hafiz.